Yeah, let's make a speaker then.
Yeah. What I want to do is
let's go.
I want to. Yeah. Well, I want my cut.
Did you guys see
it's going to be all kinds of cuts, bro.
You guys saw the ASR speaker
cutting corners
based on all those measures? What did you think of that, Aaron?
It looks good as far as I can tell.
Right?
Yeah,
it's like a DSP designed speaker, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So but it's a passive speaker, right? And then they've got. Are you talking about the newer version?
The new one, the active
about?
one, right? The one that's active, right? I was pretty impressed that they kind of put it together. And these guys aren't like hardcore engineers or anything. They just took the best practices that they picked up on ASR and wherever.
Right.
And I think they were borrowing Amir's Clipple and they sent it back and forth to get it made. That's awesome. And I think you could totally do it, Aaron.
Oh yeah. I think it's one guy who's really leading. So it's two guys, but I think one really knows his stuff and the other one knows the stuff enough. So the two of them got together and came up with what looks like a really good design, you know? Yeah.
I think so. But Directiva. Yeah. That's what Chris is saying. It's called Directiva. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to see
a marketing guy though.
Really
What's
different.
up with that name?
Yeah. Right.
Directiva.
Well, are they trying to sell it? Are they trying to sell it?
No. It's for it's our own little project.
They've released the plans, I guess, right? Where you could build it yourself. Yeah. So that's what I want to do. Like if I ever got anything, I would like to do, where here's the plans, you just go and buy it. You go buy the parts. Or what I really would like to do is to order a flat pack from Parts Express.
Yeah.
And then that way, like people don't have to cut any wood. They can just do the exact same thing. I think that would be cooler.
I think the hardest part is the what are those things called again? Where the tweeter spreads out, right?
Wave guide?
Like a wave guide?
Wave guide. Yeah, the wave guide is the hardest part. And the crossover design or the DSP. I mean, once you get that down, that's like 80% of the speaker issues is resolved.
I would just call Charles Sprinkle and be like,
that's what I was going to say.
How do you do these wave guides again? Like, what's the software you use again?
Well, dude, the DIY Sound Group, they came up with the CEOS wave guide. Like, I don't know how long it's been, but it's probably close to a decade by now. And that thing is fantastic. And really, all you need is time. You buy that, you find a compression driver you like that goes with it. You build the enclosure, you put the drivers in there, and then you takes time. Just measure it until you get the crossover right. There's really not an excuse these days why you can't have a really good DIY design, but you got to have time.
I think I can make a dope speaker, to be honest. Like I think with the help of you guys, I think we can make one that's so awesome. Like first of all, it'll have to look cool. That's a lot of like a big
that's
issue
your
with
money
a lot
is.
of speakers is they don't look that cool. Like we actually
it's a box with speakers. It's a square thing.
I know.
With the speakers,
it's like, come on, make it look somewhat cool. Even the Dynas that I did with Toyd, 123 Toyd. At least we put the tweeter on the outside. Like it didn't do much, but it had that look. You know what I mean? Made it give it that Bowers and Wilkins look. Give it a little something. But you know how many of those parts that we've actually sold? Like how many of those plans he's sold?
Oh yeah,
a lot.
But the problem is once you go to something that looks better, that's where you start spending more money. I mean, that's really what separates, good speakers that are reasonably priced to good speakers that are really expensive. Usually it's all in the finish,
Yeah, I mean, making money is a whole different story. Making money through this is a tough part. You know what I mean? Making something that looks cool and like, hey, you guys buy something, whatever. That's kind of easy. But trying to make a business out of it, not that interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think the cost and parts, I forgot, it's like almost is over 2,000 for the Directivas, or almost 2,000.
I'm trying to remember what tweeter they use
for the parts.
Yeah, this is just that's what I was saying. Is they're like, if we actually produce these, what are the $8,000 speakers just to make sure it works? And I'm like, man, no wonder these speakers are expensive if just for parts. And of course, they didn't get the volume pricing, but still, I think it was close to 2, right? 1,500 or something like that.
Well, I know that the woofer they use is around 3. I don't even know what tweeter they were using. I can't remember. And then whatever DSP is probably another 3 or so. And then you're talking about a pair because they got double the price. So I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. The last one I remember seeing was their passive version, and I remember them talking about doing an active version. But there was like 3 different threads, and I was like, I ain't got time to keep up with this.
Right.
So, I ain't got time.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So.